1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
The following is a presentation of the Pontywood Sports Network.
And welcome, folks, here to the big show here on NETSN. Hope you're having an awesome and blessed day. And it's time for some Wolf Talk. We're coming to us from Tasha's Country Kitchen here in St. Augustine. With me, Coach Barnes of the St. Augustine Wolves. And, Coach, tell you, I don't know about you, but the food, once again, absolutely awesome here today. I had fish, meatloaf, candied yams, I had cornbread, I had mac and cheese, I had a little bit of everything.
Oh, man, tastes like it comes from Grandma's kitchen.
Right.
It's great.
It is really, really good. And the guys, we got a few of the guys over here, and they're looking like they're doing pretty good over there, too, you know. And so,
yeah.
they're going to be ready for practice this afternoon, that's for sure. All right, let's get things going here, and we appreciate Miss Tasha and Tasha's Country Kitchen for having us here. The food is great. Come by here and great. I think they have the Rotary Club here all the time. They have all kinds of things here. So come on down here, Tasha's Country Kitchen, and enjoy the food. And man, I tell you, they got great items on the menu, so you're definitely going to enjoy anything that you eat here at Tasha's Country Kitchen. That is for sure, for sure. All right, but let's get on with things here, and let's talk a little bit about the Wolves here and things we got going on. And first of all, we'll talk about all the things going around in St. Augustine. And Coach Barnes, also the athletic director here at the St. Augustine Wolves. And let's talk a little bit about cross country that was coming up here. And congratulations, cross country team was district champions. But how did things come out for them in the regionals?
So yesterday they competed at the regional track meet, the regional cross country meet yesterday in Huntsville. Finished 8th overall. The boys did. Had a freshman, Jesus. Cavasios was just 3 places away from qualifying for state, so that's really good as a freshman. But overall, they done really well to finish 8th overall. And then our girls competed also. They didn't do quite as well overall, but we have a lot of those girls coming back, so we look forward to the future of our cross-country program.
Yeah, especially district champions. That's coming out there and bringing them back. That's going to be really, really good there. So congratulations to the cross-country squad here. Now moving into the volleyball season, coming up to the last little bit of the volleyball season here, and the Lady Wolves just at the last couple of weeks here just didn't fare very well there. So it looks like they may be getting ready for Coach Cloudy and basketball coming up, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, our girls have played really hard, and we've been in a lot of games. We just couldn't figure out how to win the close games. A lot of times we're getting beat 3-0, but all of those sets are really close games. And so it's just a matter of learning how to win. We went through a really bad season last year where the girls didn't have a really good experience. And so, the biggest thing sometime about winning is not how good you are. It's about believing you can win. And right now we're working on that at this point.
Yeah, I think so. And then Coach Barnes doing a really good job there. She had the right attitude for the girls there. I got to cover them a few times and saw that they were, like you said, in a lot of those sets in there. Just, like you said, just trying to get that finishing little part right there. That's for the lady volleyballers. But that, in turn, also coming up to that runs into the girls. I saw Coach Cloudy put out the girls' schedule today for the basketball, so he's ready to get them in there. I know Coach Cloudy is ready to get the basketball season going for the girls.
Yeah, so, I think we only lost one senior last year off our team, and so we have basically all our girls returning. I was a little disappointed when the rankings came out to see that they weren't ranked. I mean, returning everybody made it to the second round last year. I can't remember exactly what our record was, but won 20-plus games. That was a little disappointing, but, it's okay to start as the underdog. We've started as the underdog this year in football, and you see where we are now. So to fly under the radar is nothing wrong with it. That just means you have to work a little little harder to get the recognition that you deserve.
Well, and I'm looking at it too, and I mean, and like you said, seeing what is coming in when it comes to girls basketball here that we like to cover, this is probably one of the team that I see is going to win this district here. That's just my opinion here. I mean, they might have some good competition there, but they're probably going to be one of the teams at the very, very top of this district, and it's going to be hard to knock out the Lady Wolves this year.
The girls basketball district is really tough, actually. I mean, Sereno is going to be legit. And then you have West Sabine who will be really good again, and so Walton is always good, and so the girls district is really tough. The girls basketball district is probably as tough as our football district,
yep.
And so it's very competitive, one of the best districts in the state, and so looking forward to it. I think our girls are going to go toe-to-toe with whoever we have to face this year.
Right, and that's like I say, I know that the other teams are out there, but I know what the girls are bringing back this year and where they were last year. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And people are saying, you're already looking at basketball? Yes, I am already looking at basketball. Believe me, I already am. I love it. But another thing, too, that's getting ready to get going there. I know we got a couple weeks left to go there, but I'm going to talk about another thing, too, that is your soccer program, is it more of a spring program or is it a fall program? Because is it different than –
So our soccer program is a club program. It's not UIL.
I see.
And so they play they'll start in November and they'll play to the 1st of February.
Okay.
And so, but last year our girls actually won our soccer league. The boys, I think, made it to the second round of the playoffs in our soccer league. So our soccer program is up and running, and Coach Tercios does a good job with those young men and young women also.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't know that's how they did it. It was a club there, so it's totally different than the UIL. But I know that I was keeping up with them last year because we did cover some soccer and saw that they did really, really well. So that's good. So they're getting ready to get started up over there too. And also I know that we've seen some inclement weather. A lot of games have been moved to Thursday from maybe a little bit toward the middle of the state here, but we're still good to go here on Friday. But on Thursday, hosting the JV and the junior high games and stuff there in St. Augustine. So tell us a little bit about how those younger programs are doing.
Actually, Thursday the games will be in Shelbyville.
Oh, they will be in Shelbyville. Okay.
They'll be in Shelbyville. Actually, so our JV haven't played the last couple of weeks, but they've been playing pretty well. They'll play this week. Our junior high, we don't have enough for two teams, so we've kind of been doing a Beast team scrimmage and then having a game with our A team. Our A team has only lost one game. They're pretty solid. My 7th and 8th grade group is a really good group of kids that don't mind hitting you. They have a lot of skilled players, got a little size also. So that's going to be a good group that we can build up on going forward.
Yeah, it sounds like they're really coming through and really liking the program, seeing what's going on now, and they're ready to come into and be ready to play here as they get rolling. And, so those two programs are looking really good, and I know that, the schools out there are looking really good as well. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up, but I want to go into, one of the games a couple weeks ago we got to cover. We were here a couple weeks back, and it was the Joaquin game, and it was a big win there for the Wolves, and I know there was a turnovers there, but, it was still a big win. I saw you after the ball game say, hey, it wasn't pretty there, but we'll take it. But I think that you guys did a practice. You were telling me about how you practiced against that big running game, and I think that was beneficial to you guys. So that had I think it had a lot to do to contribute on that win the other night.
Oh, no doubt about it. I think the biggest thing is physicality.
Right.
The last few years we've had talent. We haven't lacked in talent the last few years, but we've lacked in physicality at times. And those teams have been able to move us around up front and kind of beat us up, and we didn't respond. But this year, I saw early on in that game they couldn't move us up front,
right?
And I felt really good after that. And so we're a lot more physical up front. The guys in the secondary and linebackers are coming to hit you. And so that makes a big difference.
Right. Yeah, because, Joaquin, they tried a bunch of different things there, and they have all those different looks there. But, I think that you guys did really good. Because, you tell them whenever you play that kind of offense, you got to stay home, be gap sound, and it's not an easy thing to do. And so, but I think the Wolves did a really, really good job preparing for that, and that really helped them out that night. And so coming up here as we also on that night was homecoming, a big homecoming win there. But you also had some great things going on. And you got Mr. Edmonds was there, Dominic, and he was able to be there for the crowd and everything like that too. So how was it like to get to see him again?
Oh, it was good, man. I grew up with him. I was a senior when he was a freshman, but we kind of grew up together, and I tried to help him along the way and tried to be a good role model for him. And throughout the years, we've always talked and kept up with each other. And so it was good to be able to see him and honor him because, there's not many people that make it to that level,
right?
Especially from small schools. I think we've had two people from St. Augustine, one guy in the late 60s, early 70s maybe that made it, named Gally Burrell, and then Dominique, of course. So making it to that level deserves recognition. And so we got another young man in college right now that's playing really well. And so hopefully
I was going to ask you about that too.
Hopefully he'll get that opportunity.
SFA the other night. So how's he doing? He's going. He left into school and everything going on, right?
He is. I mean, doing really well. He had a couple of weeks where he had a little leg injury, but he's come back, and the last 2 weeks has run the ball really well, and they're leaning on him. Had a 100-plus yard game Saturday and 2 touchdowns, and so he's playing really well. So good to see him enjoying football.
That's it. I tell you, and that's a great program. And, the guys get to see guys like that, and they say, man, I could probably do that too. I could do that too, because it's a very small amount to get the chance. But when you get that chance, take it and roll with it, that's for sure. All right, Coach, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break here. We're going to come back. We'll talk for a couple of the guys real quick, and then we'll get back here and we'll talk about the Garrison game and all the things getting ready to come up here. But it's been a good start to the season so far for the Wolves, and so hope things keep rolling on. But we'll be back here to talk with Coach Barnes in a minute. We'll get a couple of the guys here as we're at Tasha's Country Kitchen for Wolf Talk here on NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your cardio when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
It doesn't matter if you need a truck tire or if you need a car tire. If you need a tire, you call Joaquin Tire. Joaquin Tire Shop provides new and used tires, along with oil changes and 24-hour road service. Stop and see them on Highway 7 in Joaquin.
Already back here at Tasha's Country Kitchen with a couple of the great St. Augustine players. So let's introduce ourselves. Who we got here?
Michael Renfro.
It's Javier Burrell.
Jamie Burrell. All right. And we got 2 great players here for the St. Augustine Wolves. And we have another young man who we have over there, Mr. Davis. That's right. He told me at the last second I didn't know he was coming. Jamarian's over here. We're going to talk to Jamarian here in just a minute as well. But let's start off here. Let's talk to Mr. Renfro here real quick. And Max, playing quarterback and you get to play, out there in the secondary a little bit, tell me a little bit about how playing one helps the other when you're on the field out there. Because 2A, you get to play both ways, and that's really kind of beneficial.
Yes, sir. Playing quarterback is kind of helpful to safety because reading the defense and reading the offense is kind of similar.
Right.
Like reading the run, reading the pass, just reading your keys, really.
Right. So, especially at the quarterback, you can get there, and, and you can probably different offense is going to show you different things. So you're kind of like anticipating already what the guy you're getting ready to cover, right? There you go. And so the new things that you guys are doing on defenses have been different than the last couple of years. I mean, you got new coaching staff out there, and I mean, I see that the defense, because I've covered the Wolves for a few years, and I've seen that the defense, how much more intense it's gotten over the last, especially this year.
Yes, sir. I think we got one of the best defenses on the district. Or 2A, if you want to say.
Right.
But, yes, sir, our defense have been better over the past few years. We more physical, more discipline in everything we do this year.
Right. Well, I tell you, let me ask you before we move over to another thing here. But when you got to meet Dominic Edison the other night, was that? I mean, it's the first time you ever got to meet him. What was it like to have him in the locker room and have a chat with you guys before the game?
Yes, sir. That was my first time. It was really exciting to see where he come from and be in the NFL. It's hard to make it from a little town.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is. So, did you guys have any questions for him about anything, maybe earlier in his St. Augustine career or anything like that?
Yeah, about how he just kept his head down and worked.
Right.
And he said we can do anything if we just work.
There you go. That's exactly right. Good to have a guy like that to come back and chat with everybody, right?
Yes,
all right, so that's why we're here, Mr. Burrell. Mr. Burrell, I've seen you making some great plays out there the other night, man, on defense, offense, and against Joaquin. So great job out there. So would you rather play offense or defense?
To be honest, Coach, I feel better playing defense, because I like coming down, hitting, being physical.
Right.
It feels good to hit someone.
There you go. That's what I always say. You know, I played a lot of center and a lot of left tackle in my semi-pro career there, but I got to play some defense every now and then. Every now and then you get to smack somebody around. That's what I'm talking about right there. That was always great. So let me tell you a little bit, though, both. I'll ask you, you know, whenever you're a wide receiver out there, you know, so you also playing the DBs and backside over there. So that's also helpful as you as well, because, I mean, you get to see kind of like as a receiver's perspective and a DB's perspective. It helps you on both sides, isn't it? I mean, it's really come together for you this year. Yeah, there you go. So what are some of the first keys that you're looking to do whenever you come out as far as a DB? What are you wanting to do here once you first start on the play?
To be honest, it's kind of, I don't know how to put it. It's kind of.
Just got to kind of find your spot, make the adjustment on there, right? You know,
whatever makes you comfortable.
Right, wherever makes you comfortable out there. There you go. So, you know, and also, too, let me ask you, what do you think of the team chemistry this year? Because, I mean, you know, the last couple of years, you know, you got so close here last year and everything, and you had a little bit ups and downs. But, I mean, the team chemistry this year has got to be, you can see it's more cohesive this year.
Yes, sir.
Right? So tell me some of the things you guys get to do, you know, away from football.
As a team, we hang out, you know, do things like play basketball, watch film together, you know, stuff like that off the field.
Right.
Kind of help us on the field, you could tell on Friday nights.
Right. Well, what's some of the things like you do, like, you know, just away from football, you know, try to get your mind off of it, you know, just what are some of the things you do with that?
We, like, go hang out. Like, we'll probably, like, playing a little trip for the guys and everything like that.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's nice. And too, I've seen some of the things that the Coach Barnes has done here the last couple of years too. He's got some great mentorship out there from grown fathers and uncles and grandpas. Everybody that's been around. That's been really positive for this program too, I think, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go. And I tell you, well. A lot of great things going on for you guys, and the Wolves are looking really, really good. I think I looked, and I think you guys are ranked 10 in the Dallas in there, and then 15 statewide or something like that, which is really good. So let me ask you what there's what is it? I know there's a lot of rivalries, but what does this rival game against Shelbyville mean?
It means a lot because the past 2 years we had them down and they came back, and we just didn't finish the job. And this year we're looking to finish the job.
Yes, sir.
Same thing over there. Yeah,
yes,
just
sir.
finish the job out. All right. One more question for both of you guys, and then what got any plans after school?
Practice. Go hard at practice. Have a good, crisp practice. Make everything look good. And then go watch film.
Yeah, go watch film.
What about after you graduate? Anything got plans yet, or still thinking about it?
I want to go play college ball.
You're going to play college ball somewhere. There you go. That's a good way to roll there. That's for sure. All right, man. Well, I tell you what, we're going to move over here and we're going to talk to Jamari and ask him a couple of questions, if that's okay. Good luck to you guys, man. And this is going to be a good game on Friday night. I know we're going to be there to broadcast it, and we're going to have a good time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back here. We'll talk to Jamari Days coming up here at Tasha's Country Kitchen on NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Alrighty, we're back here, and we'll talk here in San Augustine, and we're talking now to Jamarian Davis. And Jamarian, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How your day going?
Oh, it's awesome, man. Blessed as always, man. That's for sure. All right, now let's talk a little bit of football, man. I know that we talked to the guys over here a little bit, kind of asking you some of the same questions here. But, I guess we'll start off with, had a great, a couple of weeks ago, a great win over Joaquin, homecoming win there. I got to meet Dominic Edison. So tell me a little bit about that experience for you. What did it kind of mean for you to meet that guy?
Honestly, I didn't really get to meet him. I was doing homecoming. So
okay.
Yes, sir. But I done seen him plenty of times, and, it's a great experience to just have that in the room with us.
Right. And I'm sure he's very inspiring to talk to, and you figure, you see somebody that, from your hometown and, somebody that you can kind of look up to as, hey, that's a possibility for me.
Yes, sir.
Right. Hey, there's a lot of hard work that goes into what he did there, dude. That's for sure. But, he's a great guy and everything there, too. But let's talk about, your team chemistry right here. You being a senior here, and this year is becoming really, really big here for the Wolves, and the team chemistry is really looking good out there. So what do you think about how the chemistry of the team?
I think it's great. I think we just, we just had to do something today. Do something this year.
Yeah.
So everybody just, pitched in every other day and just locked in, It's great to be around some boys that you grew up for, like, your whole life, basically. So that chemistry was already there. We just had to put it together on the field.
Yeah, and then finally you get all those little pieces coming together to get the offensive line working there. So that's really been a big key here, I think, for the offense and the defensive this year is they both are looking really good, but those lines have been really, really good there, both offsides.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, talk about that offensive line for me real quick because, I know how good that they have to be out there for you guys. That's kind of where it all starts. So what do you think about the big hogs up front?
Man, them boys, my dogs, man, definitely Matthew Laura. That boy right there going to get out there every time. David, who else over there? Zaytwan. Them boys block. Them my guys, if we ain't got them, we ain't got nobody.
Right. There you go. And some of those guys playing both ways out there, too. So, they're really packing it in out there. So, it's a good job there by the big guys up front keeping everything together. But playing both ways out there on the ball, you get to kind of see both kind of way things go on both sides. That kind of help you as you work on both sides of the ball?
A little bit. See, I don't really just – on offense, it's all right, But defense is where, that's where I strive at. So, It's better seeing it on defense, anything. But it's when I'm lining up, it's easier to tell what they in though, because I already know what they, if I see how they acting, it's easier to tell me what they in, so I can echo it back to my quarterback.
So that gives you a little bit of advantage, knowing kind of what's going on out there. That's
yes,
for sure.
Sir.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a great year for the Wolves, and I know you guys are rolling on here. But being a senior, you got any plans after school?
Hopefully, go play D1 ball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Continue to strive and just go build a name for myself.
There you go. And I tell you what, too, you got some great coaches out there, and I'll ask you before we get out of here, but what's it like playing for old Coach Barnes over there your senior year?
Great, man. It's legendary.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'd love to play for the guy. I would definitely do it. That's
yes,
for sure.
Sir.
All right. Well, I tell you what, man, you guys are really going along really, really good here, and you're having a good season here, and to keep it rolling here. And it's a big game against Shelbyville. Now, I asked the other guys, how big is that rivalry against them?
This rivalry's big, man. It's been going on for years and years and years, and we just gonna go out there and show them boys what we got.
There you go. Just put it all on the field, right? Let's
yes,
play
sir.
some good football. That's it. All right, well, Davis, man, I tell you, it's going to be a good game Friday night. We're going to be there. Thank you for being here today. Hope you had some good food here as always. I'm about full. I don't know about you.
Yes, sir.
You guys got practice. I might have to get a chance to go get a nap here in a little bit. I don't know. It's going to be good. All right, well, we're going to bring the coach back and talk. So good to see you guys. And let's have a good game on Friday night, and we'll see you there.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to talk to Coach here coming up here on NETSN.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department that can service your vehicle. Get all the info you need about your next vehicle online. That way you're prepared for your car deal when you hit the lot. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center.
All right, we're back here with Coach Barnes and talking about some football games and some big games coming up here. But let's talk a little bit about last week, coaches. Had a good win, and after had to go to Garrison and top-ranked team in there, went in there, took care of business. So tell us a little bit about that big win there at their place.
Anytime you go into Garrison, it's always going to be tough. They're traditionally a very good program. Coach Alvarez does a good job with them over there, and so the guys were ready. We knew that going in, we had a good opportunity if we could play clean and be physical like we've been all year. And we went in and we were really clean. Only had one turnover. We won the turnover battle, and I preach that all the time. If you can win the turnover battle, we'll be really good. And so I think we were 3-1 on the turnover battle. And so The kids, we talked about if we could go in and get a win, that we'll be the only 2-0 team in the district, and that was important. We'll be sitting atop of the hill by ourselves, and so the kids really fought hard to get that.
Yeah, they did. And I was kind of keeping in with the game there and just kind of seeing how things were going. And it's kind of the score got stuck there at halftime, and it didn't really find out what happened until later in the fourth quarter. But some of the things that give me a couple of takeaways that you saw there that from the squad that you thought that they really improved from Joaquin to the Garrison game.
I would say the biggest improvement, we took care of the football.
Right.
That's the biggest improvement. Max Renfro was so much better last week than he was the Joaquin week, which he had been out since week 2. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And so getting back in the mix of the game speed and getting adjusted to game speed, it takes a little while. And so he looked comfortable. We threw the ball really well. We caught the ball well. We were able to be really balanced. And with the athletes that we have, if we can be really balanced and keep people guessing, then we become really dangerous on offense. And not only that, our defense was flying around. We run to the football, and we really use our team speed, and I think that is our advantage, and the kids have bought into that. We do pursuit drill at least once or twice a week, and so those things I really saw a lot of improvement in from the first week to the second week.
Well, I agree with you because, in that Joaquin game, just watching the defense just flies around. Even on the Joaquin side, but, the Wolves were just all over the place there the other night. And also, too, having Renfro back out there where he could be back in the quarterback, it also gives you another weapon in Cartwright because you can move him around in all kinds of places. That makes him the athlete that he is.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean to throw nothing out there on you, Coach, but you know that.
No doubt about it. Having Max at quarterback, Max is a much better passer than Ty, of course, and when Ty is at quarterback, he's bigger run threat, but Max can run the ball as well, and so he's a dual threat quarterback as well. But that does allow us to move Ty around to different places, and now we're putting our best 11 on the field, and it becomes really hard to defend. If you look, Ty Javian had a big game at receiver last week. You have to defend D'Adrian out there.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Then you have to defend Ty Murray in the slot, and then you have to defend Jamari at the outside, and then you still have to stop our run game trying to do
Nash
that.
Coming on,
and not only Nash, but Carrick is a great weapon also that we bring in. They like thunder and lightning, and so. Our offense is full of weapons, and we're able to get them the ball and spread it around right now. And O-line is doing a really good job up front.
Yeah, they had to be really big against Garrison, because that's the way that they're big up front there. That's the way they are. So that had to be a big win there for the offensive line to get that against Garrison.
No doubt about it. Number 7 from Garrison is a man. Carter, he is a man, and we held up pretty good against him up front. And so if you can hold up against Garrison, who is traditionally really good up front, then you're doing something.
Right, definitely. Now, the defensive side, you were talking about how they were flying around up there, but how were you guys doing up front there on the defensive front there just to keep their running game in check? Was that not easy to do, but I don't know if you kept it in check, but it had to do it.
Oh, it's not easy to do it all. They're good up front offensively. They come off the football. We won a few battles. They won some, but the good thing about it is even when we lose some battles up front, we run to the football so well that their plays don't become huge plays. We don't give up a lot of explosive plays. Explosive plays meaning over 20 yards because we correct a lot of mistakes with our speed and with people running to the football. And so they did win some battles up front. They had a couple big plays, but our back eight is really fast and really good.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about the offensive and defensive side of the balls here for the Wolves. On that offensive side, we talked about how the running game is really, really good. And now coming up here against the Shelbyville, you guys have pretty much things are in set. Everybody's kind of healthy now, bringing it all back. And so you're kind of where your offense is ready to be. So you're ready to think that, hey, we've got it all finally pieced together. Now we're 2-0. We can move forward here against a tough opponent.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is, we win this game and basically clinch a playoff spot. That's the biggest thing. And we are, knock on wood, we've been relatively healthy this year. And that's what people don't realize. The last few years, we haven't been healthy. We've had Nash miss several games last year. D'Adrian missed almost the entire season. We've had really key players miss a lot of times the last few years, and now we've been relatively healthy, and people are seeing what we could have been capable of the previous couple of years. But health is a part of the game, and next man up has to step up. But we've been healthy, and we've looked really good this year thus far.
Yeah, and talking to Max a little bit about, and you was talking about too, that offensive line has just been phenomenal here this year. I know those guys are kind of played both ways, and do you have a few extra guys that you can bounce in and out there this year?
So really, as of right now, we've been really good. We've added a couple pieces since the season has started to the D line, and right now we really don't have any of those offensive linemen having to play a lot of defense, so that's really good. At a 2A level, when your O line doesn't have to play a lot of defense, that means your offensive line coach can communicate and make adjustments on the side with them, and not only that, they're able to be able to rest and be fresh for offense, and that's really key.
Yeah, and another key that you got too, Coach, that there's a couple of them in this district too, but you got a kicker that can kick the ball, and I've seen you guys have kickers in the last couple of years, but Barrios, he's got a leg.
Yeah, Joe is very good. Joe actually is probably good from 50 or 55 yards at times in pregame, and so anytime we cross the 30, I feel comfortable calling his name. But not only that, we had a really good backup kicker that when Barrios wasn't kicking, Danny Mendoza did miss an extra point. His leg is not quite as strong as Joe, but Danny is really good also, and so a lot of small school teams don't have kickers, and we're blessed to have two at this point.
Right. Yeah, definitely, because that's always one of those things that you never know. You got to have that extra point, and you got to have that field goal, and to have that guy that you got confidence in, that's really, really good there. All right, Coach, well, let's move in and talk about the Shelbyville Dragons. I talked to the guys a little bit about how big of a rivalry it has been and has become. This district is Doom, SEC, the hardest, all that you hear it all. But, in every week seems it's a rivalry no matter who you're playing in this one. But this one has kind of come, pretty solid over the last couple of years.
It has. I mean, I know a lot of our older people in the city think that Hemp Hill is still their rivalry. But for our kids, it's Shelbyville and Tennehaw, really. That's the rivalry. And so the thing about it is, in order for it to be a rivalry, both teams have to win. And the last 10 years, we're 5-5, I think. I think the last 5 years, they've beaten us. The previous 5 years, we've beaten them. And so this year will be the year for us to break the tie, hopefully.
Well, I tell you, Shelbyville coming off of a big win. Their defense is rocking and rolling, too. They got a good quarterback over there where their offense can move the ball pretty good. They got all the elements there. That's why I was saying, you look on paper and it's really, really close out there. So Shelbyville's a team that you definitely got to be ready, and you got to make sure you got all your stuff ready to go, because just like them, they're going to have to worry about that on you guys, but you got to be ready for them.
No doubt about it. I told the guys after practice yesterday, Shelbyville is probably the best 2-5 team in the state. If you look at their preseason schedule and the games that they've lost to Troop, who's a top 10 team in 3A. They lost to New Boston, who will be a playoff team. They've lost to Wascom, who started off number 4 in the state in 2A, and they've also lost to Garrison
by a couple points,
and who was top 10 in 2A when they play. So, I mean, they are legitimately the best 2-5 team. And I told the kids we can't get caught up in that record. This team is still a really good team. They have a lot of weapons. Gavin McDonald, at quarterback, is a really good dual-threat quarterback. I thought it would be really hard for them to replace DJ, but he's done a really good job in replacing him. And they've kind of changed the offense somewhat to where they're more run-heavy, but he still can throw the ball. And so Coach Wallace has done a really good job of preparing and molding the offense to where it fits his skill set.
Yeah, definitely. And Gavin McDonald, he's really been coming on the last couple of weeks, so he's got the offense working. And that was a big win there for them against Timpson there, but that was a defensive battle. That's kind of what I've people have asked me. I said, really, if it really came to, it's probably going to be a good defensive battle this week. I mean, people are going to move the ball really good on both sides, but I think it's going to come down to defenses this week.
Yeah, it's all about matchups.
Yeah.
As you know well as I know, it's all about matchups and if you can exploit the other team's weaknesses. That's where we sit up in the coach's office on Saturday and Sundays trying to figure out how we can exploit the other team weakness. And I'm pretty sure he's up there trying to figure out the same thing. And whoever can exploit the other team weaknesses the best will end up winning that game. And so I think we match up really well with them. I think we have the secondary players to match up with them. And so, it'll be a matter if they can do the same thing with us on the other side.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be, back and forth here, and I think that, it's just going to be a good football game, and that's what I'm looking forward to there. I think nobody's going to be disappointed in this one coming up. And too, it is for that, because Shelbyville wants to get that win to give you guys that first one, and you want that one to get in there and be sitting at the top of the district there for what the Wolves are. So, all points to just a great football game on Friday night, and I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed in this one. So, but, another thing, too, about the Wolves as you get ready for it, Coach, they've had a great season leading up here, and I've talked about the guys about their team chemistry and stuff like that there. As far as the whole team there, the head coach and the group that you got going on here, it seems like it has just finally got all those pieces together like you wanted, and the chemistry that you expected is there.
No doubt about it. And we're dealing with, right now, a lot of unselfish kids, and I think that's the biggest difference in our team this year is everybody is looking at one goal, and that's winning.
Right.
And that's all they're concerned about. In previous years, we've had kids worried about stats and other things, and probably more worried about stats than they were about wins. And this year, we're concerned about winning, and they care about each other. And we come to practice, and they go to work every day. And so it's been pleasant. I mean, it's been really fun coaching these guys. And hopefully we can look up, and we'll be playing for about 8 or 9 more weeks.
Yeah, there you go. I saw somebody, after some things come out, of course, the rankings came out there and had you guys sitting there at number 10, and somebody put on there, I see a S.A. Refurio rematch. That's way down the line, Coach, but, somebody had to say it, right?
Hey, that would be nice to get back to that point. That would be really nice, and I think the region is wide open.
Right.
I was talking to Coach Murray, actually, a couple nights ago, IXAD, and told him it's kind of like 2018 where there was no really dominant team in the region, and it's probably 5 or 6 teams in this region that could win the region possibly. And so I think we're one of those teams, and so we have to have things go right, have to stay healthy, and of course have to have the ball bounce your way a few times.
Definitely, and win that turnover battle, and that'll always help out there as well. All right, Coach, one final thing here before we let you go, because I know you guys got ready to go in here, and but talking about the San Augustine community here, they've had a big, at the homecoming I was out there, and there's a big crowd out there for that. So, the community's coming together, and you got the school going on out there, and it's looking really good coming together. So, good things going on with the community in San Augustine schools.
That is, we're getting really good support from our community now, which is good. Like I say, we voted for the bond and got the bond passed and got the school going up now. It's almost really completed on the outside. And not only that, we got sassafras on Saturday. I don't know if you know anything about sassafras on Saturday. That's a big deal in St. Augustine. And so good times right now. And so we want to keep it rolling. We want to keep the people excited about Wolf football. And the way you do that is keep winning.
There you go. That's it. That's good. And good to see everybody out there and getting behind it, too. So, well, Coach, good luck to you and the guys.
Sir.
Let's get a big one. And the guys, thank y'all for being here. Miss Tasha, thank you for having us once again. We always have a blast down here. Anytime we get the chance, we're going to be coming down here for it. Enjoy the Sassafras Festival, everybody. I'm going to come down here for that myself. I always love coming down here for that. But we're going to check out here at Tasha's Country Kitchen. The big game comes up on Friday night, 7:30 kickoff. 7:30 kickoff. We'll be in there about 7 o'clock in the Wolf's Crow Nest up there, ready for it. So good luck, guys, and we're going to have a good football game. And thank you to everybody for joining us. Thanks, everyone. And remember this, if hate can go viral, so can love. We're out of here, folks. Bye.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.